What's up, Jet fans? I just finished watching Week 13, Seahawks at Jets. Before I jump into that, though, first, happy Thanksgiving to all those who celebrate. And also, last week was the bye week. I also took a break from this energy draining season, to say the least. And something that happened during that bye week was Joe Douglas getting fired. For this season, that doesn't really mean much, right? A GM doesn't do a whole lot. The trade deadline has passed, right? So there's nothing a GM can really do. This is obviously a move that is more interesting when talking about after this season, um, right? If you fire the GM who kind of constructed this roster, typically what that means is you're gonna blow this version of the roster up and start kind of fresh. But does that mean Aaron Rodgers is out? Does that mean a lot of the players on this team right now are out? I don't know. Um, it's just a weird firing. Joe Douglas didn't see it coming. There's the story that he kind of said it jokingly, "Oh, I'm about to get fired," but then he got fired. Um, so that's sad, I guess. I don't really know what it means for the future, or I would. It's evidence towards them blowing it all up, which I don't know if is the smartest decision. Um, But finding the GM who constructed this roster is perhaps evidence that they're going to blow it all up. I think he was a pretty solid GM. From my understanding, the Aaron Rodgers, which if we're going to blame all this failure on Aaron Rodgers, which I think some Jet fans will do, I'm not there yet, but from my understanding, the owner is the one who wanted Aaron Rodgers, not Joe Douglas. Not like I have any insider information. It's just from what I heard other people with inside information have talked about. And so it's weird because it seems like the Aaron Rodgers era is the failure, and that seems more to be the owner's fault. But anyways, he's gone, and also it's just so many firings and stuff, right? At the start of the season, the GM, the head coach, and the offensive coordinator are no longer the same people they are now from when they were at the beginning of the season. And we have no defensive coordinator because he's now the head coach. So that's not good, right? I mean, those are the top four guys in an organization: the two coordinators, the head coach, and the GM, and they're all either different positions or gone now, right? That's not a great look. So I don't know how many people you can fire until the problem's solved. I don't really think that actually does anything. But anyways, the Joe Douglas firing. Just thought I should mention it. He got fired. That has larger impacts after the season, but we're still in the season. We still have a season to play through, and well, the Jets lost 21-26 to the Seahawks. Big story going into the game: Geno Smith's return against the Jets, like they do to every single quarterback they've had for a while. They've drafted. They completely ruined him. The Jets ruined Geno Smith. He then bounced around the league and found a home in Seattle. I'm of the opinion I say good. I am happy for him. I hope he does well and continue to do as well. I hope Sam Darnold continues to do well. I hope Zach Wilson does well. I hope all the Jets' failures come bite them in the butt because the failures are their fault. Right. So I hope they all do well. And Geno Smith is doing well. He's leading the NFC West right now, and he beats the Jets 21-26. A game of two halves, as it were. I know that's a cliche, but it seemed like the Jets were doing well. Right, let's jump into the offense, actually. Tale of two halves. Aaron Rodgers, his birthday is tomorrow, and when you're his age, an NFL player, birthdays aren't an exciting thing. But it seemed like he was having fun out there, actually. They had the bye week, he could rest up. He allegedly was playing injured for much of the season. He had an extra week of rest. I don't know if it's if being his birthday or something, but for the first half, it seemed like he was having a lot of fun, and it showed the offense was doing well. And then in the second half, they just completely fell apart. They couldn't score anything. They scored 21 points in the first half, zero in the second half. That's really brutal. And then Also, talking about the offense, Aaron Rodgers threw a pick six that made, like, they were in the red zone, probably going to score a touchdown. He threw a pick six. He made it what should have been a 3 touchdown game to a 1 touchdown game by throwing that pick six. That is brutal. That's game changer. Um, Also, in talking about Jet rejects, Leonard Williams, he had a monster game against the Jets, sacking Aaron Rodgers many times and getting that pick six. Um, so just a brutal game for the Jets. The first half it looked exciting. I was excited. Season's over. I get that, but I still want to win. And it seemed like we were gonna win this game, and then they just blew it. So that's not great. Talking about, actually, before we get to the defense, special teams, as this was a sloppy game, and that's the other thing to talk about the score. It's 21-26, but many of those points came from short field position because the Seahawks special team kept on messing up, or the Jets special team scores a touchdown. So good for our special teamers and our special teams, but so just shout out to them. They kind of made this game be a winnable game because other than them, it really wasn't. The Jets, like I said, the Jets were doing good in the first half. Lots of that was because the Seahawks special teams kept on messing up and fumbling the ball, giving the Jets short field position. Defense, talking about the defense, from what I was watching, the defensive line looked really, really good. Um, they were getting lots of pressures, lots of sacks. They had that drive where they had the Seahawks had 8 plays on the 1 yard line, and they stopped them. So if they won, this would be a celebration for the Jets' defense, and specifically their defensive line. The Jets' defense, since Robert Saleh has been fired, has not been good. I think that's mostly because they don't have a defensive coordinator, because he's their head coach now. Almost like firing a bunch of people doesn't do anything. Um, but if they won, I'd be saying the praise of the defensive line, but they lost, and they let 26 points up to the Seahawks, who are better than I expected them to be, but it's, yeah, I don't know, brutal game, bad loss, and obviously part of that is on the defense, right? That one pick six Aaron Rodgers threw, that made it a 3 touchdown game into a 1 touchdown game. That's not good. But the Jets defense, as they always do, played well in the first half and then bad in the second half as well. And so that's a problem, I guess. I don't know what to do here. I wish I could be excited. This was a fun game for the first half, and it just kind of went all wrong. Looking forward, I guess they lost to the Seahawks. They have to play the Dolphins next week. I don't know if that's probably a game they lose. The Jaguars is a winnable game. Rams is a winnable game, and then Bills and Dolphins, once again, games they probably won't win. Um, and I'm pessimistic about this game because they should have won. It was a very winnable game, but don't let my bad attitude, I suppose, taint how I feel about the rest of the season, as I do want the Jets to keep on winning. I don't care about draft picks. The Jets have tanked far too long. You have Aaron Rodgers. Let's win some games, build up a good culture, and play exciting football. Let's play like the first half, right? Because I'm sure all the Doomer Jet fans probably are excited that we lost, actually. Probably not in this fashion where we made a super easy win go terribly wrong, but there are definitely Jet fans out there who want us to lose the rest of these games. I am not one of them. I hope Aaron Rodgers, as he turns 1 year older, I hope he continues to play like he did in the first half, and whatever's wrong with this team is fixed, I guess. I don't know. A downer game, so probably a downer video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.